Now, a look at the road ahead in Afghanistan, where U.S. forces are building up just as the combat mission in Iraq is coming to an end. At least 18 U.S. troops have died in Afghanistan this month, including one who died yesterday in an explosion. CBS Evening News anchor Katie Couric is reporting this week from Afghanistan, where she sat down with U.S. Commander General David Petraeus. Katie is with us now from Kabul this morning. Katie, good morning.
Harry, good morning to you. With nearly the full complement of 100,000 troops here in Afghanistan, along with 40,000 coalition troops, the top U.S. commander here, General David Petraeus, who, of course, led the American effort in Iraq, is hoping to convince an increasingly skeptical American public that progress is, in fact, being made. Now, while he acknowledges that public support has declined and is eroding for this war, and Americans are very frustrated, he also warns about what would happen if a military vacuum were created here.
If the coalition forces went away precipitously, which I think is very, very unlikely, given our interests here and given the determination of all involved here to help Afghanistan achieve our common objectives. But obviously, there are different forces here that would be unleashed, and those forces would collide. There could be certainly would be regional involvement and so forth. And not a particularly pretty picture, I don't think.
And Harry, you know, General Petraeus and I talked a lot about something that may be anathema to the American people, and that is the fact that most experts are saying an ultimate solution to this war will undoubtedly involve negotiating with the Taliban, along with al-Qaeda, the enemy troops that U.S. troops have been trying to crush. Now, many are worried that this will really have a chilling effect on the strides women and girls have made here in Afghanistan since the invasion and the fall of the Taliban. I asked General Petraeus about that. Hillary Clinton recently said any deal with the Taliban that traded peace for women is a red line. Will women's rights be gambled away to get the Taliban in the tent?
Well, given what you just quoted, obviously that's not the case. Again, she's been very clear about that. The United States has been very clear, and the Afghan government has been very clear.
Tonight, we'll have more on the prospect of negotiating with the Taliban, what that would entail with General Petraeus, as well as more on the plight of girls and women here and their fears about the future. Harry?
Katie, during the evening news last night, we saw you going with General Petraeus to coast in the eastern part of Afghanistan. What was that like?
Well, Harry, it was RC East, and that's what it's termed. The eastern region of Afghanistan is a particularly difficult hot spot for U.S. and coalition forces. That's because of its treacherous terrain, its unpredictable weather, and perhaps most of all because of its proximity to Pakistan. We were just about 20 miles from the Pakistani border, and in North Waziristan, over the border, that's where the headquarters of a terrorist network called the Haqqani Network is, and Pakistan has tried to rein them in, according to General Petraeus, but they continue to cross the border, to plant IEDs, to train local fighters, and then to travel south for even bigger battles. So it is a very tough area. General Petraeus and some of the commanders say they are making progress there, but it was interesting to see it firsthand.
Katie, stay safe, and we will look forward to your reports tonight on the CBS Evening News. Afghanistan, the road ahead on the evening news tonight here on CBS.